So we're live. It's 7:59. Performers, we got 1 minute. Are we good?
We're good, Hank, although I have to say, the corn dogs, they were tepid.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of the corn dogs. Can we just, are we technically ready for the shoot? Are you okay? Is it Beth, Judy? I'm not quite sure.
Where are we supposed to have the gong?
Where, we didn't put the gong in the tech rehearsal. Wherever you think, wherever you think it ought to go.
All right.
I don't want to irritate the Yakuza.
What's that?
I think it's a a K-pop band.
I can put it over here. Let me know when we go live.
Yeah. Got it.
Is this a good angle on me?
You look
as good as you're gonna look.
You look great.
Let me know when we go live, okay?
Yeah, we're pretty close, folks. So let's just everybody get to places. How about that? Can we get to places?
This is not supposed to be part of the set.
Then take it off the set.
This was supposed to go to my probation officer.
I'm sorry about that.
This has to be someone. It's still warm. It should be taken while it's still warm.
No one is taking that out of your hand. Just put it down. Remember not to drink it.
Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. And it is 8 p.m. Remember, folks, I want to remind you this is live.
Can we edit him out?
Could I have quiet, please? We're going on air. Quiet, please. And now, the MOPCO Improv Theater is proud to present Knowledge Weekly.
No!
What are you
Weekly! What is this?
It's the name of the show.
No, there's no weakness in science.
That's not how you find
This chalk is weak. No, this is knowledge. Strong.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
Fine.
All right, it's 8:01 p.m. and we are, in fact, live.
I like the framing. No, I like it now.
The MOPCO Improv. I wish you had held that. Could you go back to the other shot? I'll cover you while you.
Yes.
Go back to the other shot. Okay. The MOPCO Improv Theater is proud to present. Are you sure about that? Okay. Knowledge. Strongly.
Strong. Do the echo. Hank, the echo.
Oh, forgot. Really?
Yes, please.
Strongly.
And now he's angering the Yakuza. We're all dead then.
All right, so I'm Beth Danvers, and you are?
I'm Dr. Maximilian Ludd.
And we wanted to create this science, well, I wanted to create this science show, and then the producer said for some reason there has to be like a counterpart with me on it.
You're telling the story wrong. It's supposed to be Dr. Maximilian Ludd's World of Science.
No, it's not.
And then they said, oh, we need a love interest for the demographic, the young demographic. And
No, it was actually something about how they were worried that a woman scientist would confuse people, or maybe they wouldn't believe that it was real. So that's how we ended up with this guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all of what you said, Janine, but what I think, if I would paraphrase, is that we have to work with what we're given, when we're given it, and science is just winging it and going with your gut and deciding upon how you feel.
Okay, first of all, my name is Beth, as I just said.
Candace,
Yes.
Really, we're going off on a tangent now.
Okay, anyway, let's find out what our audience wants to learn about today. What's
Yes!
the topic of the night, hey?
Yes, I'm going to see if we're looking right now. Yes, we do have some excellent questions.
Oh, good.
We have a question. Yes, of course. Well, I'm going to give you your choice. How do cell phones work? How to reverse aging? Why you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish? I think that third one is a joke.
I don't get it.
I think it's a.
I've tuned fish.
I believe
I've
that.
been fishing.
It's a play on words. How about one of the first two?
Yeah, why don't we do it, aging makes me think of time. So why don't we do tonight's show on the topic of time?
Why, that sounds just fine, Buzz. Time! Time!
Time.
Time! See what's become of me.
Okay.
While I look around.
We're gonna start off with, ready?
Oh, the experiment!
Yeah, it's not a soliloquy right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. You set up the experiment while we give them 13 facts about time.
Okay.
Okay, all right. First of all,
Metamorphic stone. This has nothing to do with time, but this is the experiment.
okay. Time was discovered by Sir Arthur Time in the year 1786.
This is common household baking soda. 1786, for that reason, is when all calendars start.
Until then, nobody had clocks. They just told the time by how many fingers they were holding up.
Yes, back then, humans, because it was just the dawn of time, still had webs. So, that was the first use of the term World Wide Web, because math was spread over the digital web.
Which is one of the reasons it's so impressive that Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence with webbed hands.
What?
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, okay, sure.
That's why it's such an impressive document.
Yes, that's.
He didn't even smear the ink with a webbed hand. I couldn't do that with a webbed hand. I don't know about you, Hank.
Well, there's so many things you can't do, but it's okay.
Do you want to give us one of our 13 things?
Oh, yes, I do. The camera should be on me at most times. Most times. This is most, and time is the topic. And time is mostly about, we were talking about webbed hands. Well, webs and hands make me think of spiders who have many legs and thus they have many hands, and that's where you get the expression, as busy as a one-handed spider.
Spiders make me think of that one time that I went to use a broom for the first time all winter, and a bunch of big spiders came out of it. Ugh.
That makes me think of the fact that maybe you shouldn't be lady sciencing as much as you should be grooming a bit, because this place, the set is a bit shabby.
Time takes us back to the aging process, the process by which cells go through their life cycle before they shrivel up and die.
Yes, well, that's good advice, take it.
That's 13 things about time, I think, maybe.
Speaking of time, after the process has started with this metamorphic rock, with a common reaction using vinegar, baking soda, iodine, and an isotope, we're going to let the reaction occur in the foil. For now, I'm going to take the foil wrap, rock, and place it on this pedestal right here. And at the end of the program, hopefully the reaction will have occurred. We'll see the results.
So wait a minute, are you telling me that this is a science experiment live on the air?
I just said that. I literally just said that.
That's, where's my...
I said that.
I know, I just don't know which camera.
Hank, is there an echo chamber or am I?
Don't worry, you're good.
Okay, all right, we'll just edit this part out. Should we
No,
get
we're live. We're live.
How do you like it? It's like, oh, are you trying to tell me that literally, someone literally is just coming out here live on the air and saying that this experiment someone literally just set up is literally happening?
Okay.
Oh my, yes, the help. You're such good help.
We only have the studio for an hour. All right, so you tell us when you want us to take it, where you want us to take it.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, great. So here we have an experiment live on the air. Let's go over to the information board. This is our plan right here for the show. So in case you see us referring to the information board, that's because that's where the information is. like that. So, please stop.
I'm trying to place myself with the monitor.
I think it's time for a little bit about the history
We're here.
the history of time.
Yes, the history of time. And the best way to do that is, since at least one of us is highly educated, is to banter back and forth, telling you one sentence at a time, because by averaging out both our knowledge, that way you can be assured it's mostly correct. The history of time, as we said, was discovered by Mr. Time back in 1786.
The way he discovered it was by looking at a clock and watching the hands go around.
The hands on the clock are able to go around because time is spherical.
The spherical nature of time is why we came up with a wristwatch, right? And when the wristwatch was invented, that was the first time that people could stop looking at a cuckoo clock on the wall and instead get the time with them wherever they went. Kind of like an iPod, but with time.
Time waits for no man. It does not wait for women either. Time does not respect anyone's gender or gender issues.
Let's step back into history.
I'm going somewhere, somewhen, somehow.
Sir. Okay, stop on its own.
I don't know, the chimes of time are still ringing. Is that getting picked up?
Does that thing stop?
You're good.
I want
It'll
to make
stop.
it clear we stopped at the beginning of time in 1786. We didn't go further back
Exactly.
to Bible land.
No, that's okay. All right.
I want to take my lab coat off for this because this is profound.
Keep it on because you look at me funny when I take the last off. Sir Thomas!
Yes!
Is this the fellow who helped you discover time?
It is! He went through the door to yesterday before there was time, and look what happened.
My goodness, it's almost like E equals MC squared.
Why, what nonsense is this? We would have to wait centuries for someone with wild hair to explain it to us.
It's just something that appeared to me in a dream. You know, Sir Thomas, it occurs to me.
English muffins! Time is like nooks and crannies. I have to write that down.
No, it is. Time
is like nooks and crannies.
Exactly. Time is like nooks and crannies in the sense that you never know when your time is up, right? You never know when you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil, and then anything that was left unsaid to someone, for example, someone you've worked closely with for many years and helped you find your biggest discovery, certain two-word phrases that express gratitude, once you're gone, they can't ever be said again.
Yes! And by talking about time, it makes me think of the beginning of time, which makes me think of the beginning of the day, which makes me think of breakfast. And imagine a pastry that would have a slice in the middle, and a top and a bottom.
Oh
and I, Mr. Thomas, will invent the time muffin to begin each day.
You know, that would be so delicious to have a time muffin to start my day every day. If somebody brought me a time muffin for breakfast, you know what I would say to them?
Usually they just leave the money on the nightstand.
No, it's not that kind of thing. If they brought me a time muffin for breakfast, I would say, wow, thank you! Thank you for this delicious breakfast, which has helped me discover things for the last several years. Couldn't have done it without you, time muffin.
And this story that we're living right now, as if it's happening, but it happened a long time ago, makes me think of a brand new expression that will be old one day.
What's that?
Because of time and muffins and carbohydrates together, a moment on the lips will lead to a lifetime on the hips.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Ooh. And
Oh,
scene.
we have to go back.
And scene.
Echo. I'll get it myself.
Put that back on. All right. What's next on the information board? Okay, let's see. Oh,
What?
I guess it's time for the Harmony Garden now.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Can you just take this prop? It's in the Harmony Garden.
Fine, it's disrespectful. He was a relative.
Doesn't belong there.
Sorry, Uncle.
Can you just edit this part out, okay? Because
We're live. We can't really edit. Never mind.
Right.
Can we edit out him talking like that over here? Here's the plant tree. Good. Go ahead. Carry on. I'm going to sit this out.
Yeah, that's really kind of. Well, can you try to? Okay, good. We got it.
Want me to move it? There we go.
It was fine.
All right. Okay, great. Okay, is my camera over here?
No, the other one.
What?
The other over where the man's waving. Where the man is waving at you.
Okay.
Right there.
Never worked
Good.
with children and animals. And my dear, you
That's
are.
good.
So I wrote a little song about time, really just now, and this is a song that someday I will sing to my grandchildren when I'm trying to get them to go to bed because it's bedtime.
You have to pay everyone by the hour.
Okay.
You're paying them right now for doing nothing.
Do 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 do. You have had a very long day, playing, running, jumping, and you have had a very long day out in the playground, and now it's time to lay your head down and go to sleep, because Mom has work to do and I'd like to have a little drink. Now it's time for you to sleep, because I have a life, that doesn't only revolve around you and your needs, which seem to be quite constant. And one day you will grow so big and you will go so far away, and then we'll turn your bedroom, dear, into a sewing room. 'Cause I've always wanted to have for myself a sewing room, but instead I got pregnant, and that's because this is a song about time. Thank you. Thanks. That's unnecessary, though.
It was sarcastic laughter, sweetheart. Oh, well, what's next? I mean, what can we do to follow that?
Questions from the audience!
Audience? Well, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, it's time for questions from the audience.
I didn't realize that I was jumping through hoops.
Yes, we absolutely want some questions.
Right.
So I'm asking, somebody in the office has some questions for us. So hopefully, yes. Aha.
By all means, have the great unwashed pastorals with their own.
I don't think that's a really good way to talk about it.
Edit it out. Edit it out.
This is live television. We can't edit live television. The first question we have is how do we slow down time? There's also a question about what to do with hard time and what to do when you're out of time. They all seem to be a little related.
I'll deal with the first one. How do you slow time down?
Yeah.
Give a woman a ukulele and a spot on the camera, and time comes to a screeching halt, and the minutes turn to a painful eternity.
Okay, but I think the actual scientific answer to how do you slow down time. But this is, of course, completely theoretical, so we better put on some safety goggles because your eyes are the most important thing. So
I'm a hand model.
in order to slow down time, you would technically have to go into outer space, a certain number of light years away, and do everything that you had done in your life up until that point backwards, before you came back to Earth, and you would notice that only a minute had gone by.
That's if you went light years. Light years have only existed since we entered the age of diet foods. Normal years had about twice the calories of light years, but you could travel further and faster, but you pay for it in the morning.
Okay, we're gonna go over this one more time. This is a homonym, two words that sound the same, but are spelled differently and mean different things.
Unlike life.
Right, so
Unlike life.
that's diet food. That's the speed of light, which has something to do with space. I'm reading about it right now. Are there any more questions?
Are you okay? Okay.
Fine, why wouldn't I be fine?
No, thank you. Good. Yeah, we have a question. What do you do? What do you do when you're out of time?
Well, I mean, clearly, my friend Barbara here should feel that because you can, as you can see, the way her career is spiraling the drain, she is nearing the end of her time. And time is how you feel about the moments that pass. And I'm guessing it must be very scary for you, and that's what you lash out.
Hang on a second. Hank, I can't do this. I mean, I'm trying.
Could you get back on the set?
I'm really trying. Just, we'll take
Okay,
it back
can we
from
just
the
get you
beginning.
back on the set, please?
Yeah, no,
We've got COVID protocols. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. Can we get a shot here, please? Either somebody get them. Thank you.
Are there any more questions from the student audience?
Yeah, we have a question from a viewer who's very respected by us and thinks you
Okay,
guys
viewer, if that's your real name. Howard.
Okay. They still would really like to know how to reverse aging. They didn't quite get the gist of the answer. Reverse aging.
That's really understandable because it's very, very complex. And your ordinary person sitting at home watching television probably wouldn't even be able to wrap their little brains around it.
Well, yes, that's why we're doing the show. So if you could explain it.
Right, exactly.
I can show it. Hank, can I have a camera that's going to stay on me? For the love of God.
It's not the way it works.
All right, this is, now here, don't zoom in too close. We're going to show how aging, I don't get too close!
Yeah, back it up a little bit.
What the hell are you doing here?
Oh my God!
No, fine, stay, we'll have you your way. All right. Here. Okay, now, as you can see here, this is a man. I am a man. I am mature and distinguished. I have man features. Don't look at her, look at me, I'm showing you a thing. I have many details in my face and my lines, and they're distinguished and handsome, and that's why male actors can work with much younger leading ladies way well into their 80s for romantic relationships. Now, stay on me. Look, I'm going back in time. Don't zoom. No, get out of my way. No, look, I'm getting, look how youthful. Now I'm youthful. I'm backing away. Less detail, more youth, more beauty. Oh, look at me. I'm full of sass and vigor. Look at me. I've gone from old Sean Connery to young Sean Connery. I'm Tom Cruise now. I'm timeless. That's how you reverse aging. Back away from the camera. Do you see those two?
Yes.
Oh, good.
All right, do you have any more questions?
I'll check. Let me check 4 more questions from our audience.
I wasn't in front of you. I was over the camera. It's way over there.
Yeah, okay, well, we have several. We'll give you the first. Okay, How does the lymph system work?
Ooh, the lymph system.
Well, that's directly related to time, so that's a very good question.
And an additional there, does coffee making you happy? If you could work that in there too.
Okay, sure.
So-
I'll start with the lymph system. So the lymphatic system is really a fascinating thing. We should do a whole show on that sometime. But what most people don't realize is that when they refer to your internal clock, or your circadian rhythm, or your sort of sense of intuition, they're really referring to the way your lymphatic system helps you know what time of day it is. From cues like whether or not your boss is asking you for where that report is that you said you would have at 10 o'clock in the morning. Or, for example, by whether or not your stomach is grumbling. Thank you, lymphatic system. That's what's causing that noise in your tummy. When you guys go, it's really embarrassing. Like if you've ever been on a first date or something, and you're like, it's going really well, let's just say, and then it's kind of like a quiet, sexy, tension-filled moment, and somebody's stomach goes, thanks, lymphatic system. Now I know that it's time to find someone else to date, I guess.
Thank you, Lady Science.
You're welcome.
Was there something else?
Yes, there was.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee making you happy. We could use a little happiness here, right?
Oh, yes. Well, coffee makes me happy because what happens is the happiest coffee of all is free. Stop that. No, stop it. Don't be a child. Don't be a child. Once you get closer to the camera so that you look older and at your age. Science. Now, people who...
Something down here, buddy.
Keep going.
Coffee, fair trade coffee is the happiest. I'm speaking, please. You're rummaging loud.
Oh, sorry.
You're like a raccoon in a dumpster. And that's even before you went down there rummaging. You're like that. The happiest coffee of all, of course, is fair trade coffee. Now, what does that mean? Well, you remember when you were in school, and you might have had one of Thomas's wonderful time muffins for breakfast, given to you in your lunchbox, and a classmate might have had Dunkaroos or something really wonderful you wanted. And you would, why don't we make a fair trade? I will give you half a muffin, or your Dunkaroos, and then they'd say, well, what if I'm making more of a fair trade? What if you do my homework? And you say, well, I'll do your homework, but what if I date your sister? And they say, well, you can go out with my sister. But if you do my homework and I date your sister, then I would like to play with your Lego Millennium Falcon. And you say, well, you broke it the last time, and I still can't find the Lando figure. And then he says, well, Lando is a bit player. And you go, oh, you didn't say that. Lando was a man. He ran a whole city. It's no wonder he came back in some of the prequel kind of spin-off movies. Lando was the man. He knew how to make a fair trade. I'm speaking. The Empire screwed him. Vader said, "Pray, I don't want you to do it."
You hear that sound?
Yeah, that's all I hear whenever you open your mouth.
That's the sound of thunder because I think...
Thunder?
That's right. I think we're about to have a...
Brainstorm!
Brainstorm. Okay, this is the part of the show.
Delightful. You redeemed yourself.
What?
You redeemed yourself.
From what? I'm carrying this.
From that.
Are you kidding me?
From that.
Oh, very mature.
I was waiting for you to
Just
know.
edit that out. Just CGI it.
Yes,
Okay. For the last time, the people are watching this now, it's live. You're on the air now. We are not editing later. This show is live. Everything you've
We
said.
don't have the budget.
Everything you've said has gone out over the air.
And I've seen Ant-Man,
Really?
and they put
Yes.
giant ants in place of actors.
Okay, that's
Can I
good.
have a giant ant?
Everything?
No, yes,
Everything we
every
just said?
single thing.
No Ant-Man. All right, well, brainstorm.
Could you get it across to him?
Everything we
Don't
said.
sass me!
Oh my God.
The union will not protect you from my wrath!
Okay, good, thank you.
Since everything
Noted.
we're saying is going out live over
Yes.
the air
Everything.
right now.
Yep.
Live.
Brainstorm.
As
Live.
we say it.
Brainstorm.
Before we get into brainstorm, Doctor, can you tell us where one of your degrees is from? Go on.
Okay, you have that Tourette's thing going where you're doing the hand thing when you say doctor and degree, and it's.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have many degrees, and we're gonna do brainstorm. It's a good thing.
I know, I just thought
I
I'd give you the floor for a minute.
I have
Talk about your lesson.
many certified degrees from notable institutions. Now, most of those, if not all of them, may be honorary degrees or ceremonial degrees, but they are still degrees. So, what would you like to know about my degree as a taste tester for the Culinary Institute, or my degree from Mrs. Williams School of Calligraphy? I have many doctorates. Many doctorates.
Just checking, since we're live, and everything we say, everything.
I was best in show.
Alright, it's time for a brainstorm.
Woo! Now, brainstorm is a fun game. Brainstorm is when we riff off of each other on a topic, and because we're working together, and you should try hard to do that, meet me halfway at least, for change. We work together, we, as a team, will come up with what has to be science, because we're both the gray on. So, the topic for today was time.
Yes.
And I'm going to start the riff with light years.
Judith Light. Judith Light.
Light switch, because you switch between light and dark going through time.
The old switcheroo.
The old Scooby-Doo is much funnier than the latest series, although the most recent one is pretty good.
The Mystery Machine.
Time is mysterious, and Fred's ascot is timeless.
Fred's Ascot used to be on the corner of 5th Avenue and 48th Street, and it's not there anymore.
Many things are not there anymore because time doesn't heal all wounds, it infects and destroys people.
Time is an illusion.
And illusions are magic!
And magic is
Time!
science.
Time.
Magic is science.
Isn't that the opposite?
No, it's kind of our tagline.
I thought science was religion and time.
No, we screwed. All right.
How can time be an illusion and then be magic when magic is real?
It's okay. But anyway, our next thing on the information board.
Are you going to go after me about the Harry Potter thing again? Because that was the real school. It's in England, they filmed it there.
Okay, but you don't have a doctorate from it just because you wrote it
No,
on
I
a paper.
don't, because its story was dramatized. It didn't happen that way.
It was obviously printed out on your printer. It had like the URL right up there in the corner.
What's next?
Next we have, oh God,
What?
oh God.
What? It's time to scientialize!
This is.
You're looking at me out there like you don't know what that means.
This is the segment. This is the segment where.
She's saying it. Listen to her. For change.
This is the segment where Dr. Blood scientializes his thoughts and opinions about our topic for the day. I'm sorry.
You can stop talking now. Your usefulness is ended. Now today I'm going to scientialize, which is editorializing a scientific topic. Now the topic today, of course, is time. And an editorial is basically an opinion, very opinionated opinion about a subject. And I'm going to tell you right now that time is something I feel quite strongly about. Time is precious to me. To give you an example, if I'm riding a bicycle alongside a train and we're going at the same speed, and Albert Einstein is sitting there, could you get out of the frame, Gladys?
I'm not in this bed. I'm off stage.
There's no words for how much I hate you.
I'm not.
No, there's no words.
I'm not in this bed.
No, you're not. You're right.
I'm taking a break.
You know, my metaphorical Einstein train, right now I'm imagining you lying in the tracks in front of me.
Are you gonna scientorialize or what?
Yeah, I am. I worked really hard to get where I am. I didn't, like, there was no equal opportunity for me, lady science lady. I'm just a poor, struggling, middle-class man in America that has left him behind. I go home into my gated community and I cry. I cry behind my wet bar. And I try to soak my misery away in my jacuzzi. So don't you ruin my moment in the sun with your sass!
Science is fun, isn't it, everybody? Woo-hoo! Are you done?
I know, am I done? Am I done? I feel like I'm done.
You know why you're done? Because it's time for us to get cool. It's time for us to get down. It's time for us to get street, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Okay, so you're ready. You don't look ready to do.
I mean, I am. I'm ready.
Can we take a break?
I mean,
No.
No.
No?
We're doing the math thing, right?
Yeah, it's time.
Well, this is good because there's no one more street than me.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Because I graduated. What are my many honorary degrees? It's honorary. It was from the School of Hard Knocks, School of Streets.
Are you gonna come over to the Harmony Garden for this?
Yeah, I'll come over.
Alright.
Because when I was a kid, I would, you know, I'd walk home every day alone from private school. And I'd walk 3 blocks home. I'd only be able to stop at like maybe a Duane Reade for supplies.
Should I do this part by myself?
No, I'm getting there! And, you know, I know the streets. I know this. I didn't have an ATM card of my own until I was like 16.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Okay.
I didn't. They wouldn't give me a credit card until I was 18 back in the day. That's suffering. That's streets.
Here we go. Da, 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 da. If you want to know the time, just look at the clock.
Da, 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 da. Smartest guy in Star Trek was Mr. Spock. Da, 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 da. Kirk and crew went through a black hole. Da, 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 da.
What's that on your back? Is that a mole? Da,
I'm
da,
gonna get-
da, 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 da.
Wait, you can't just say that. You can't just say it. Hank? No. Wait.
No, please stay on stage.
What is
Please, could you
What's there?
stay? No, you're fine.
What's there?
You're fine, it's a freckle. It's a
All right, but
freckle.
now my back looks very old because it's up to the camera.
All right,
No, it's a freckle.
Come on.
You're
Is it a
fine.
freckle?
Come on.
Okay.
Bounce back.
All right, yeah.
Bounce back.
That's really unprofessional.
I'm sorry, it rhymed.
You're using your science against me.
It rhymed.
All right. Da, 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 da.
If you go very fast, you'll end up behind.
Da, 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 da. And if you don't stay in school and do drugs, you'll lose your mind.
Da, da,
Da,
da,
da,
da,
da, da. When you lose your mind, you lose track of time.
da, 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 da. Isn't it fun to do a rap that
It
rhymes?
goes together.
Da, da,
That
da.
rhymes. Da, 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 da. We should do another.
Yeah, start over.
Yeah, I was not in a good place at the
You
beginning.
just edit that part out.
So Yakuza,
No, they're not.
no, they are petty. They do not forgive. I will mind them.
This was a fever dream you had.
I did, because I took his parking space. I did not know he was organized crime, international type of dude.
Are you serious?
I mean, it might have just been my neighbor. I had been drinking a lot. But I'm still, it's,
It's a fantasy. No one is after you, not the Yakuza or anybody else.
da, 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 da. The people after me are in my head.
Da,
Da, da, da, da, da, da, da.
You dream about them
this is, you just don't have the street creds I do to carry
How
it
much
forward.
time is left in the show?
Well, it's all about time. That's like cheating if you're asking uneducated people. No offense, but like these poor working slobs behind the camera who don't have an honorary degree between them.
I beg your pardon? Poor working slobs?
No, Hank, he didn't mean anything.
You know, there's somebody here who actually understands applied science. There's somebody here who actually knows how to do something besides make crap up.
That's right. No, what you do is very important to the scientific community.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, because we need everything to be clean.
Why don't you keep going?
Okay.
God.
Thank you, Hank. Thank you, workers. You're heroes. You are heroes.
Oh my
I see what
God.
you're doing. I see what you're doing. It's really pathetic.
It's 8:40. It's 8:40. You got 5, whatever. We can push the other show. I'm sure there's a grisly satisfaction.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Hank, but you are no expert on time. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Neither is she.
Okay, it's time for science in the news.
Maybe lady time, but not man time.
In the news, doctors have discovered a way to reverse the process of circumcision, thereby turning back time on male babies all over the world.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's very disturbing.
Okay, but it's science in the news. Do you have anything from the news?
I do, but is that a real story? Where'd you see that? Like, was it on a subreddit? Because that doesn't sound like something that is like verifiable, and I really don't want to do the Google search to verify it.
No, trust me, you do not want to do that
I
Google
don't want
search.
to do that.
Do not do that Google search at home. Seriously, unless you go incognito, okay?
Well, as far as time-related news, the Mars rover just sent a helicopter up, and the transitions between Mars and Earth, there's a time delay, because nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, except that the Mars rover and the helicopter are able to move closer to a special camera, which makes them look younger, and the picture's still delayed by a little bit, but by less, and they look so much cuter. Because if the rover is up, they're like, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? He's a little puppy now. He's not just a big old clunky rover.
Okay, for a minute there, I actually thought you knew something about something. For a minute there, you actually sounded kind of smart, you know?
I did make that one up because the story you said was just really disturbing.
In the news, the Yakuza have been spotted infiltrating American society for the first time in history, and government officials are baffled as to what to do about it. In fact, the official word from Washington is, it's every man for himself.
You made that one up.
I did that one up.
You're so evil.
Because, you know,
You're evil.
it's just that we said...
Okay, I can do it too. In the news, there's a famous doctor live who has a show that everyone loves. He gets high ratings, but oh boy, do they hate the co-host because she's blah blah blah. That's in the news.
Okay, guys, why don't you take 5?
No, they can't take 5.
Just-
We'll edit this out. We'll cut this whole segment.
I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. You know, Doctor, we said we were gonna try to get along for the purpose of the show, because each of us, we each have our dreams, right? And you know that this has been my dream my whole life, and I've been doing weather, Doctor, for 14 years. How long can a person do the weather for? I mean, look what it did to Al Roker. He's a shadow of his former self. I don't want that to happen to me. I have to branch out. I have to get out of the weather somehow, and I really need this show to go well.
I guess I can understand the weather. I mean, it's so big.
It's hard.
So big.
It's so hard. I never know what it's going to be like tomorrow. I have to stand up there and try to figure it out on the fly. They don't even give you anything. They don't give you like a thermometer or anything.
I do have to say, though, that you really were really crappy with the budget for that show, because all you ever did, as far as I know, and this is just facts, this is not personal attack, you would open up your window and look out and describe what you saw outside.
That's all I had to go on. That's all I
I spent all that money on makeup, and this is the best they could do.
Okay, that's not even nice.
No, it's
All
not.
right, I have feelings too. Just because I'm a scientist, it doesn't mean I don't feel things.
I'm sorry, just because it's true, though, doesn't mean it has to be nice. That's science. That's what science is. Science is, hey, this is what it's like, get over it. But you don't have to. You can make your own science till you like it. So why don't you do that? Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, now you're hurt? I mean, look, I don't really get along with you all, but I didn't mean to like hurt your feelings. I feel like I want to comfort you, but I'm afraid to
Please
touch
don't.
you.
No, please don't.
Yeah, I'll do this. Wait, hang on.
That's supposed to make me feel better?
It's giving you a pat on the back. It's platonic. No one in HR will have a problem with it this time. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm afraid. Look, we both thought we were going to host our own show.
Yeah, I know.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we did. We thought we both thought, oh my God, this is our big break.
So excited.
I was so sick of doing Tommy's Treehouse.
That was you in the sloth costume?
Yeah,
That was you?
that was me in the sloth costume.
Oh my God, I loved Tony's Treehouse as a little kid. Oh, I used to watch you all the time.
Well, firstly, I'm not that old.
I
Who the
had
hell
your
are you?
lunchbox.
You had my lunch?
You had your lunchbox. Tommy the sloth?
You remember my catchphrase?
What
It was,
Oh, God, that takes me back. Oh. Is that it? And speaking of time, we are almost out of it. So we want to really thank everybody. We want to really thank everybody.
You're gonna piss all over this for me too, aren't
It's
you?
just we're out of time.
We're not!
We are.
We got like 10 minutes on the
No,
clock!
we're supposed to wrap up. Also, my next job starts. I'm on the night shift, so
Oh, what are they paying you?
yeah. Well, I make most of my money in tips, so.
For this show? Because my tip jar.
No, not for the show. I got it.
No, I put a tip jar out at the start of every show I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you make?
I got a Groupon, that's like, oh, Well, before we go, we can't forget the experiment.
No, let's not forget the experiment. But first, before we go, let's talk about. I think we really all learned a lot today, didn't we? I know I did, and I think I have some new knowledge about time. I also have some new opinions about time. I have some new emotions about time, and I also have a lot of new questions about time.
You're very needy.
We're gonna have to answer those next time we see you. All you need to do is click and like. Don't forget to buy some merch. Your likes and clicks really help us out. Maybe give us a share. Everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, also, we talked about learning. I learned a lot. I learned a lot every program, and I know I say things that may seem unkind, or maybe I'll even admit, once in a while I'm wrong about something. And I want to apologize to, I'm not sure which anti-defamation league it was, it just said anti-defamation, but I got your message. Please use your words, and the fire department doesn't have to get involved. I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. You know, came from the school of hard knocks in my Glendale gated community.
Illegal register?
No, I did that on my own.
Really? Wow.
And the experiment. Do we have time for the experiment?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay.
Because we never, in the beginning of the show, we took the metamorphic rock, we added the baking soda, the iodine, the vinegar, right? We added some red dye number 9. We put it in the foil. Now, what the foil does is because the chemical reaction can cause heat, right, and change. Now, what can happen is mass, when it gets heated, mass will change shape. It'll go from one state to another, and colors that normally wouldn't be seen visibly will come out. So the stone, if you recall, I put the stone in here. We're going to see. I told you not to use that thing near me. I am not wearing a lead apron.
No, it's okay.
Or a jock or anything. No, I may be getting up there, but I might want to have a kid one day.
No, it's okay. It's safe.
That's what they told Madam Curry or whatever, Red Curry, whatever she was thinking. Right? All right, anyway. And the stone has changed.
Would you look at that? That's what time can do.
Look at that. You know, if time can do this to a rock, it might make me a better person. And it might even make a flower out of the stone between us.
Might.
You know.
It also might make this show something that gets picked up for a second season if we get enough likes and clicks and shares. So everybody, don't forget to do that. Also, your merch purchases really help. It makes us look popular, and then they'll ask us back again.
You might get it a little further from your eye because the acidic reaction, it does burn a little, cause a little bit of a rash. It looks good though. It looks so nice.
Ow!
No, don't show the camera. It looks so good. It looks so good.
Hurry out.
And tune in next time
I'm gonna go rinse
for
this.
another edition of Knowledge. You erased the title. No, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Knowledge. Strongly.
Strongly.
And you're going to have to, you're not getting your entire deposit back.
What?
What?
I mean it.
We get back our parking valet?